Learn to accept failure and move on. Now, this is the most important lesson we need to teach our children today if we want them to be able to face the world tomorrow. Now, nowadays, children get worked up and depressed by small obstacles that come on their way. They have no idea what the real world is like. We have to prepare them to face the world. Now, failure can come in many forms. It's not that if you have got less marks in your exams, only that is the failure. It can come in many forms, like you may have worked very hard but you didn't get the desired marks. This can be one form of failure. Or you may have followed the steps of any recipe word to word, but the food didn't taste as you had expected it to. That is also a form of failure. Or maybe you want to convince your parents with a certain idea of yours, or maybe you want to convince your boss with a certain idea of yours, and you put all the arguments in favor of your idea, but your boss doesn't seem impressed, or your parents are also not convinced. So this is also a form of failure. So failure can come in any form, but getting disheartened and depressed won't lead you anywhere actually. So you should always have a positive approach. Instead of getting depressed and afraid, I think failure should make you resilient. Actually, this is the truth. Failure makes us resilient. It gives us the strength to withstand adverse situations and bounce back. That is the true spirit of a person. If you look around yourself, I can bet on this that you will not find a single person who has not faced failure. So it's okay to fail. The main thing is that failure should not be the stopping stone to success. Instead, it should be the stepping stone to success. Now here, parents and teachers need to understand this more than our children, because it is often seen that parents and teachers demotivate a child when he or she is not able to perform. So instead of finding faults in our child, I think we should motivate our child to analyze his work and find out where he went wrong. We must help the child to identify his strengths and work on those areas. It may be possible that the child is good at something else. So we must help the child to identify his strengths rather than tell him always that you will not be able to do anything in life, you are not a good performer, you are a loser. Instead of saying all this, we should make all the avenues clear in front of the child so that he can choose the right path, the path in which he can excel. So many a times we have seen that even after a lot of effort, the output is zero. So that should not be the end of the road. It should be the beginning of a new approach. Our previous approach was wrong, and that is why the entire effort went in vain. So instead of breaking down in front of failure, we must face it boldly and find out ways to defeat it. So unless you face failure, you will not be able to feel the pleasure of success. So let's take a pledge to be positive always and be strong on the face of adversity and failure.